to Hello, good evening. Welcome to the session. I hope students are here. It's 6:30. Once you have joined in the session, please let me know by some kind of message in the chat box. Hello, students. Good evening. Um, the only thing that I request my students is please respond to me, or else we are going to stare at the blank screen. You are going to stare at the blank screen. I'm going to stare, and at the end of 1.5 hours, we have not done anything. Hey, Saida, nice. Good evening. Welcome to the session. Thank you that you're here. Oh, unfortunately, so far the only person who has responded is Saida. So I'll talk to Saida, and I think only Saida will be my student today, and that too for a very interesting topic. Saida, today, do you know what are we discussing? Good evening, Yashwant. Yashwant, please don't use YouTube. Come to the portal. I'll not be able to manage chat boxes in both the YouTube and the portal. Please come to Seven Sense portal. Hello. Did Saida also run away? Oh my god. Whom am I going to teach today? What am I going to teach? Yeah, Shaida, that's absolutely right. So today we are going to discuss on cryptarithmetic. I only hope that I'm waiting and wasting time is I'm hoping that other people will also respond in the chat box that I'll also get more students than one since it is cryptarithmetic. Oh, one of how do I define this? I can easily say this is probably one of the most difficult um, concepts under Infosys paper. I hope yeah. So we are doing Infosys specific paper. If I put on Infosys, which is the most complicated questions, that would be cryptarithmetic, hands down. Hands down, it would be cryptarithmetic because the way the questions are is both the new and it's not something that we easily analyze and get the answer for. So let's say I would like to start with an example. I would like to start with an example. Old plus old plus old is equal to gold. So what's the value of G plus O plus L plus D? So this is the question. Uh, am I audible for you guys? Hello? Am I audible? I know there is some lag between me and when I speak and you listen. I understand that, but absolutely no answers would. Yeah, Saida says yes. Ashwant, did you join in the portal? What about the others? I was told that there will be at least 40 students, 40 plus students. You guys here? How many of you are here? Say one if you are here. I'll record your names as attendance. One. If you are not here, press zero. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah. One, one. Anybody? Saida. You're the only one. So it is not a session, but it's a one-on-one conversation, I suppose. So it is you and me alone, Saida. I think you talk to me, I speak to you, or else we get lonely. So life is miserable. Good God. Why do I come to a class if there is only one student? Okay. Chalo, let's concentrate on the rules. What are the rules in cryptarithmetic? Rules in cryptarithmetic is what is cryptarithmetic first of all. Like if I explain the rules, you understand what is cryptarithmetic as well. Crypt means um, it's coding, encoding, and decoding. It is secret, something that is hidden. Something that is hidden is called as script. You might have if you're computer science students, for you cryptology is a very important science, network encryption and all those things. So uh, so, so what here cryptarithmetic? Why are we calling it cryptarithmetic? Because encryption will be in terms of arithmetical entities. Like what are the arithmetical entities? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Let's say considering getting understanding these two itself is tough. Probably somehow we can manage even doing multiplication, going up to the extent of division. Well, in an aptitude test, let's say, provided the time frame, I'm not sure any companies would go on to give you multiplication and division, but mostly you'll be playing with addition and subtraction. What happens with the cryptarithmetic is, rule number one: all digits, all digits are encrypted, encrypted with symbols. That symbols might be alphabets, alphabets like A, B, C, D up to Z. That might be uh, any other symbols that you find on your keyboard, whatever it might be. Symbol, symbol might be even something completely random, completely made up as well. So what we are doing is, we are like, let's say I'm going to define, one would be defined as something like this. This is a symbol I've given for one, and for two I'll give a symbol like something like this. This is two. This is something completely made up. But please do remember this. In cryptarithmetic, if one symbol takes up a value, no other symbol takes up the same value. One is always represented by this. It's not like it is represented by this also and it is represented by this also. It's not like that. We don't come across questions like that. We only come across with one-on-one encoding. One-on-one encoding. One particular digit will be encoded into a symbol. And symbol, mostly in your exams it would be alphabets. But even if it is something other than alphabets, you should be able to like comprehend it's just a symbol, and that symbol represents a digit. And how many digits are there, Sayada? And what are those? How many digits are there and what are those? Oh god. She left. So if you know maths, if you know decimal number system, there are 0 to 9. Totally, there are 10 digits. So, uh, if that's understood, I think in the entire cryptographic for any given question, the maximum number of unknowns would be 10 digits. And which are those 10 digits? It is 0 to 9 encoded into any alphabets or symbols or whatever it is. So that's how it would be. Again, the problem is with cryptarithmetic, why it is so tough. You guys know simultaneous equations. For if there are two unknowns, um, you need two equations to solve it. If there are three unknowns, you need three equations to solve it. If there are 10 unknowns, you need 10 equations to solve it. So number of equations and number of unknowns are like proportional to each other. So No, it's hard. Since in cryptarithmetic mostly you will get only one equation and many unknowns. So you had to understand the basic concepts of numbers, numbers to understand how the entire problem works. The properties of numbers. Without the properties of numbers, we'll not be able to say anything in cryptarithmetic. It is completely impossible. Now let's say, where do I begin? I'll start with the same question. Old plus old. I'll take up a new. Let's directly begin with the question. There's no old plus old plus old is equal to gold. So in this entire question, how many unknowns are there? If you want to know how many unknowns are there, it's just G, comma O, comma L, comma D. There are four unknowns. It can be any one out of among the 10 digits. It can be any one among the 10 digits. Now understanding it is the question. So how do we understand this? Right, Sayada. Four unknowns. How do we solve this? Any ideas, Sayada? Can you solve this as of now? Yes, no. Yeah, it's a new concept, yes, and a very tricky concept as well. So now, how do I want to teach it? It's completely random. There are no particular steps you had to follow. There are no particular idea you can come up with, but you can always find a pattern. You can always find a pattern. I'll teach you what are those patterns. Now, see this. I'll start randomly, abruptly in different times, and I'll then start piecing out together to make one good concept. Okay. So here, what they're saying is O plus O gives you, when you add it up, it will give you GO. This is a single digit number, some single digit number X, and X will result in a two digit number. Okay. Now, can you tell me what are the possible values when you add three digits? When you add three digits, what are the possible value for the tens place in the resultant sum? What are the possible values? So how do I think? How do I think? Let's say X be the smallest possible digit. What's the smallest possible digit? Zero. Zero plus zero plus zero gives you zero only. Zero zero. 0 plus 0 plus 0 gives you 0 only. So 0 For the tens place, one possible value is 0. It's actually not even considered because if a 0 is occupying tens place, that means there is no tens place. That means no tens place. Okay, let's take some other number. Like let's say Saida said 4. If we take 4 and 4 and 4, what it can be? 12. So tens place can be 1. What if I take the highest possible value for x? Highest possible value for x. Let's say let's take 9 and 9 and 9. What is the possible value for x there? Tens place there? 27. 7. So the possible values for g is 1 comma 2. Those are the only two possible values. There is no other possible values for g. So far, did you understand, Saida? If you have so far for G, if you have understood, just type in 1. Now let's go for another end. Let's go for another end. D plus D plus D gives you D. D plus D plus D gives you D. What digit, if you add it up, what digit, if you add it up, gives out the same digit? What are the possibilities? Okay, right side up. When you add 0 plus 0 plus 0, you would definitely get 0. But let's not be conclusive. Let's not be conclusive. Let's think about, is there some other digit when we add 3 times, it ends up with the same digit only in the only in the units place. Look, this is all our units place. There's a possibility when you add d plus d plus d, it leaves the units place here and it gives out a carry here. It can give out a carry here. But the unit place had to be d itself. Can you come up with some other character or digit? Think. Yes, 0 is definitely a possibility. Other than 0, very good, Saida. Very good. Excellently done. So, possibilities for D is, yeah, there's one more student. Ritu, nice. So, right. Ritu and Saida, right, exactly. The possibilities for the D is, it can be either 0 or it can be 5. I still don't know. I still don't know. And please don't be conclusive when it comes to cryptarithmetic until and unless your entire problem is solved. I'm just showing you the approach. I'm asking you to think with me. I'm asking you questions. I want an answer. That means I'm making you think, or we are making ourselves think, whatever it is. Sure. Let's go. So 5. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 would give us 5 here, and also places a carry of 1. Also places a carry of 1. So when we are adding 3 digits, the maximum possible carry is, the maximum possible carry is 1 or 2. It can't be more than that. No, it can't be more than that. If we are adding 3 numbers, the maximum carry is only this. Yeah, 0 is also possible. Of course, 0 carry is also possible. Now, now I need to start the, like, I have at least established 2 end conditions. I have established G, I have established D. So either I had to start with D or I had to start with G. Either ways, some condition I need to assume and keep building upon those assumptions. So what would I assume for D? What would you ask me to assume for D? Given a chance, what would you like me to assume for D? Initial value, some initial value. I can't assume 9. Don't say, sir, assume 9. 9 is not even a possibility. Among 0 and 5, what should I assume? Okay, Sayada asked us to assume 5. Let's assume 5. Let's put D is equal to 5. I have fixed one value. Now I have reduced from 4 unknowns to 3 unknowns. Okay, I have assumed D is equal to 5. What happens? 5 plus 5 plus 5 gives me the 5 and also puts one carry. Now, L plus L plus L gives you L with one carry. We need to think about a number which does this. It should give a unit digit of same. It gives a unit digit of same. Now, one is not possibility. 1 plus 1 plus 1 will give you 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also not a possibility. I think 4 is possible. Check. 4 plus 4 plus 4. What would 4 plus 4 plus 4 give me? 12. 12 plus 1 again 13. That's not a possibility. 3 is also not a possibility. 5 not a possibility. 6. Even 0 is not a possibility. 7. No. 8. No. 9. Even 9 is not a possibility. So what do I conclude? My initial assumption D is equal to 5 is wrong. My initial assumption D is equal to 5 is equal to completely wrong. So what do I do then? Next, I'll go for the next assumption. D is equal to 0. I hope, look, there's a lot of communication issue when in this kind of uh, sessions. I hope Preetu and Saida, are you following? Are you understanding why D is not a D is equal to 5 is not a possibility? Always put 1 if you understand, if put 0 if you don't understand. Okay, now I'll put D is equal to 0. So the carry would also be absolutely 0. So L plus L would give you L itself. What is that? Oh, I think I've given the question wrong. It's not gold. I think the question is good. I think the question is good. It's not gold, sorry. The question is actually good. Okay, let's continue. Sorry, I forgot the question. Made a mistake. Let's continue. Let's call it good. Okay, even D is equal to 5 won't apply here. Uh, let's continue with the same assumption D is equal to 0. Let's continue with the same assumption D is equal to 0. Now, L plus L gives you O. 3 times L gives you O, and 3 times O gives you O with definitely some carry. With definitely some carry. So if I know with definitely some carry, and that's some carry cannot be anything other than 1 and 2. So what I'll do is I'll first try to understand what is O. Once I understand O, I'll also be able to tell what is L. So, three times O will give you O itself. Like 3 into 1 gives you 3 plus 1, 2 would be either 4 or 5. So 1 is not a possibility. Even 2 is not a possibility. 3 is also not a possibility. 4 times 3 is 12. But plus 1 might be 13. So let's say if I take 3 into 4, 3 into 4 gives me 12. But if I suppose assume that carry is 1, so 12 plus 1 would give me 13, and mhm, 13. But it's not the same O, right? But what if I consider this to be 2? What if I consider this to be 2? It gives me 4. So 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. So what I can conclude here is um, O is equal to 4. 4. 4. 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. But there is a carry of 2. There's a carry of 2. It would give me like 4 times 4 plus. So this G becomes 1, O becomes 4. And again, I need to here also get 4, but it should also give me a carry of 2. Can you guess what would be L? Can you guess what would be L? Uh, if you add L 3 times, it gives you 4 in the units place and 2 in the tens place. Very good, Saida. Very good. So, what do I conclude out of this? Now I can conclude that O is 4, L is 8, D is 0. 480 plus 480 plus 480 would give me 1440. 1440. So they have asked you the question, what's the usually they ask you question what is G plus O plus D would be. Sum of good would be. In this case, the answer would be 9. In this case, the answer would be 9. These are the approaches. These are the approaches. And I won't say these are the only approaches. There might be many other approaches as well, but it is all situational basis. It's all situational basis. I hope you are getting the gist of it. I don't expect you to understand the very first question that we have done, but even if you understand 60 to 70% of this, that's really good because it takes a lot of grasping power to understand this. uh, so we will solve more questions. We will solve more questions so that we will get to have a better idea. I'll start with as many simple questions as possible, then go to little complicated because whenever how do I define complexity? I define complexity only based upon what uh, Complexity, according to me, would be based upon number of unknowns in the question. So, would I take the next question as AA, BB, CC is equal to ABC? Addition, of course. So, again, as I told you, complexity purely depends upon number of unknowns. In this case, if you look at it's lesser number of unknowns compared to the previous question. Three unknowns. Last question had four. Last question also had three unknowns. Yeah, this also has three unknowns. Should be relatively easy. But let's see what kind of approach would you take, and will you be able to get some answer? I need to discuss the approach. If you let me know what you are thinking, where do you start? Here, A, B, B, C, C. I want you to solve this on your own. I want to try whether it's possible to solve this kind of question in a minute or 2 minutes. It is possible if you can think straight and look. For me to explain and all, it takes a lot of time, of course, but solving is something else. You have A, B, B, C, C. What kind of numbers are there? All of them are two-digit numbers. Can you tell me some samples? What are the possible two-digit numbers for all these three? A, B, B, and C, C. Hello. Some possibilities. Hello. What are the possible values of A, B, B, and C, C? Yeah, come on. There are actually only 10 possible numbers for this. And it has a pattern. You tell me one or two also, I understand that you understand. A, B, B, and C, C. There are literally not even 10. There are only nine. Out of that nine numbers, these three should be one among those nine numbers. Which are those nine numbers? A, B, B, and C, C. Come on, two-digit numbers. Preetu, give it a try. Others, is there anybody else listening to the class? Trust me, if you love maths, these are the kind of questions which intrigue a lot of people. I hope there are others also listening. Please do communicate. If you communicate, I think your understanding capability will be much higher, and we will do more questions. Okay, since there is no answer, let me not waste much time. Look, A, B, B, C, C. They're all like two-digit numbers, but with same digits. So only possible values are 99, 88, 77, up to 11. 00 is not possibility. 00 is not a number. 00 is not even a two-digit number. It's a single-digit number. 0. So only possibilities are from 99 to 11, or 11 to 99, all two digit things. Okay, now that's one thing you need to understand. The second thing that you need to understand, when you add three two-digit numbers, two-digit numbers, what are the possibility for A? I mean, it says when you add this two three-digit numbers, you are getting a three-digit number. So what's the possibility for this hundreds place? Again, it's very limited possibilities. But if you can tell me what are those possibilities, I'll be happy that you understood something so far. Exactly, Saida. There's no other possibility. It can be either one or two. If you add two, three two-digit numbers, the sum cannot be more than 299, not even 300. All right, it can be only a. The only possibility of A is either is one or it is two. So that again in turn concludes that AA can be either 11 or 22. That's the only two possibilities. There is no other possibilities. There is no other possibilities. So you can consider this either one or two. Okay, but you don't know what is B and C. But if you properly observe, the next condition I would like to look is A plus B plus C gives you C with some carry, of course, with some carry. Definitely, there would be a carry. But when you are adding three single digits, the carry can be one or two. That's completely irrelevant. What I want you to concentrate is when you add A plus B plus C would give you C again. And what is the value of the C then? For what values it is possible? And you also know that A can be either one or two. You cannot select anything else. So since A is a very small number, if you choose B and C, uh, five we can use side of again since A is like one or two, right? No, side of five we can use if A and B are also fives. Five plus five is equal to 15. Yes, but A, B, and C are not the same numbers. They are different numbers. They are different numbers in this case, not the same numbers. I told you, same logic won't hold good for all the questions, but every more questions you solve, you hit upon more number of logics. So, since A is a very small number, either one or two, in the number line among 0 to 9, A goes in one corner. That is the small corner, and B and C mostly together should make up a two-digit number. So what I would like to assume is, what I would like to consider is, well, let me consider B to be or C to be a larger number, so that I get the resultant to be two-digit number. If I take like B as 3 and C as 4, overall sum will be still one-digit number only. I don't want smaller numbers. I need one at least the larger number. So to make it a two-digit number. So B I'll consider as should I consider as 9? Okay. Now let's say 9 plus 1. Let's consider 9 plus 1, 10. What should I put here? Now it's easy. Now it's easy. What should I put here for C so that it will be C only? Any number. Literally any number. Literally any number. Because 9 plus 1 gives you 10. Then you put 4 or 5 or any number. Any number other than 1, 2, and 9. Any number other than 1, 2, and 9. You just get that. So, well, let's say, so what is the assumption so far is A is 11, AA is 11, BB is 99. I don't know which other number gives you 190 something. Let's check. 11 plus 99 is how much? I don't know C. I still don't know C. It can be any other number. But so far, what I have assumed is A to be 1 and B to be 9. A to be 1 and B to be 9. If A is 1, you understand AA is 11. BB would be 99. If this is, you guys get to know it is 110. So what should I add here? C will give me 196. Now I think you will be able to tell me what is C. I believe that. Pritu, any idea, Pritu? What value of C would give me? Exactly, Sayada. C should be 88. And C definitely represents 8. 11 plus 99 plus 88 would give me 198. So C is 8. So at the end of the day, they ask you what is A plus B plus C. You'll be able to say 1 plus 9 plus C. That is 18. That is 18. So I hope now you're getting to the track of it, some track of it. You need to solve tens of problems. You need to solve tens of problems before you can say that you know cryptarithmetic. But it is not impossible to solve. It is not impossible to solve. Some thoughts in your mind, some assumptions. Again, not always your assumptions will be right at the first go. Like I made 9 as an assumption, like 1 and 2 might be a well guessed assumption. 9 was also not very well guessed assumption. I just wanted a 2-digit number here for obvious reasons. It should be a 2-digit number. It can't be anything else. Uh, it can be 0. It can be 0. That's the secondary. It can't even be 0 because 3 different digits we are talking about. If it is the same digits, of course, like previous question, it can be either 0 or 5. If it is 3 different digits, it can't even be 0 because one of them would be 0. Okay, the other two will have any other value other than 0. So it had to be obviously a 2-digit number. So to make one smaller number added with another two numbers, I don't want those two numbers to be small. Of course, it won't be small. It should be on the higher end. I would have started with 9. If this failed, I would have come back to 8. Again, that fails, I would have come back to 7. Not 3, 4 though. Not 3, 4 though. Sometimes our assumption might also be wrong completely. Like, let's say, let's do more questions rather than chumma blabbering out. uh, let's take one more example. What do we take? I want to take one more simple example before I go into a little complicated. 2 plus go is equal to out. 2 plus go is equal to out. So they ask you to find out What's the value of this? Again, since the number of unknowns is one, two, three, four, four unknowns. Since the number of unknowns is four unknowns, I want you to solve it. Let's see how fast you can do it. Please, you have the time of 1 minute. I'll also simultaneously solve on the screen without giving you any explanation. Let's see whether you'll be able to get it up. So I'm done. Very well done, Saida. So the answer is 21 and 81 is equal to 102. So now, are you little confident either you can approach this kind of questions? Preetu, are you still there listening to the class? Very good, Saida. Very good, Preetu. So let's increase the difficulty now. Let's take a little more number of what unknowns. I'll just increase the unknowns. Again, this is a very simple question. I expect you to do this. You look at the TH and the HE, you will get half of the answer. Trust me. When I say TH and HE, I hope you are concentrating on this part. This is a very interesting part. So, if let's say very first preliminary understanding that you should do is if there is no carry here, if the carry is zero, T will be equal to H. That's bad. That is out of the rules of cryptarithmetic. Mhm. Can't happen. So, what is the possible carry for the place of T from here? If you look at H and E, this is also like you're literally not adding any digits here. You there's one single digit, but it's also giving you a carry. What case it can give you such a carry? Can anybody guess? That again, moment you see there, you should also get to know here also for H. Here also for H, there is some carry. Here also for H, there is some carry. That is from I and I. That is adding two digits. If you are adding two digits, even if you take the highest possible digits, highest possible digits, the highest carry can be how much? How much carry here? What's the carry for this particular place? The green box. What's the carry in the green box? What's the carry in the green box? Sayada, it cannot be 2 Sayada. I plus I plus I gives you a maximum value of 18 if you consider I to be 9. Even if there is a carry from the previous round also can give you a maximum of 1 carry. Plus 1 gives you 19. Still the carry of 1 itself. The carry of 1 itself. It cannot be 2. That's very important. When you are adding 2 digits, maximum carry is 1. When you are adding 3 digits, maximum carry is 2. You should always have that ideology. 3 2. I'm not asking you what's the value of h. I'm asking you um, the box over the h, that green box, will have how much as carry. So only possible carry in this case is 1. Even with 1 carry, when you add that with h, it also proceeds to 1 more carry. So what should be the value of h? What should be the value of h? What should be the value of h? Come on, now give me an answer. What should be the value of h? If you understand what's the value of h, and I think you have understood most of the question. Any answer? Value of h. Again, the value of h is it if the single digit with 1 should give you continue the carry. If I put h as the second highest 8, 8 plus 1 would give you only 9 and 0 carry. That's not possible. So the only possibility is h should be 9. 1 plus 9 would give me 10. So 0 here and 1 here. 0 here and 1 here. Correct? So now t, 1 plus t should be h. H we already discovered. H is definitely 9. H is definitely 9. So 1 plus t should be 9. 1 plus t should be 9. So you also understand what is t. What is t? So now this problem has reduced to 89 is and 90 r. E, please recognize we have also already found out the value of e. So E should be 0. So now if you know E is 0, can you tell me what's the only possible value for S? No, there are two possible values for S. I'm sorry. There are two possible values. No, there's only one possible value. Yes, there are two possible values for S, that is 0 and 5. But 0 is already taken. 0 is already taken by E. E is equal to 0. So S cannot be 0. So what is the only possibility for S? S can be only 5. So 5 plus 5. No, 0 cannot be possibility, Sayada, because E has already taken up 0. Again, we need to think, we need to understand, we need to like keep adding up stuffs for like reduce the number of possibilities. This is called as what? The theory of probabilities. So 1 will be definitely a carry here. So I plus I should give us some R and also it should give us one carry. So the possible values of I can be many. I think 6 plus 6, anything more than 4, anything more than 4 would do. But 5 cannot be taken because 5 is already taken by some other value. So uh, the only other possibilities are 6 or 7. Yes, the only other possibilities of 6 or 7. Now let's take 6. If I take 6 plus 6, 12. So it takes 3 and it gives 1. So if I take 7, if I take 7, if I take 7, 7 plus 7, 4, 14 plus 1 would give me 5. But R cannot be 5 because S has already taken up 5. S has already taken up 5. So R cannot be 5. So only answer, as Prithu has rightly come to a conclusion, uh, the I should be 6. The I should be 6. I hope, Saida, your logic is also correct. Yes. So now I think the answer is 8965 plus 6y is equal to 9030. Now, both of you, are you much better confident with this kind of problems now? I just want to increase your confidence bit by bit. I know questions looks different. Look at this question. How many unknowns? One, two, three, four, five, six unknowns. Six unknowns. That's a lot of number of unknowns. The maximum number of unknowns are 10. Are you a little better with cryptarithmetic now? Another two, three problems. You think you'll be at a much better position? Do you think so? It is not crazily impossible to solve. It is crazily impossible to think a lot. Very good, Sayada. Congratulations. So the next question. You prove me, and tell me now you can do this completely on your own. I'll also simultaneously do on the screen, let's say, who will be the faster and what answer they would get. I'm just looking at the question and I'm writing because I can look at the question, I can do a lot of deductions. Deductions are very uh, primary actions, set of actions when it comes to cryptarithmetic. I hope you understand me. Hello, hello. Are you getting it? So far, whatever I've written on the thing, are you getting it? These are the obvious things. This is something dependent on your intelligence. This is up to discussion. What do you say? How much you have understood? This is part one. This is part two. This is part three. Out of these three parts, how many parts have you understood? You won't get that much of time in an exam. I'm let's say I've already solved it. I'll write down the answer. Well, nice answer, Saida. Look, at least this much is very obvious. Uh, did you add properly and nothing overlapped, Saida? 97508 plus 4167. No, wrong. Please check the value of 7. You have placed G and O both as 7. You have placed G and O both as 7. I think that's why it is wrong. But most of it is, you are right. Most of the answer, at least you are right. But except that G and O, check what is the value of O and what is the value of D in your equation. So I'll explain from this. At least the rest of it is very obvious. Finding 9101, I think it's very obvious from the thing. So here now let's see. Uh, yeah, of course, 0 plus r would give you r only. There should be some carry, and the carry is 1. So what do I deduce? R plus 1 is equal to g. That means r is just 1 greater than g, 1 less than g. So again, 1 plus r, when you get a g, that will be a single digit number only, single digit number. So the carry for the next one is 0. So I plus 1 will give you r. So I is 1 less than r. So I, r, and g. I, r, and g are three consecutive numbers. Are three consecutive numbers. Like right next to each other. It should be like 1, 2, 3, or 2, 3, 4, or 3, 4, 5, something like that. So when I add these two, I plus 1 will give me r. Again, this is a single individual number. Again, there will be no carry for the next one, but for the last step, there will be a carry. So in the first step, there's a carry of 1. In the last step, there's a carry of 1. So t plus o would give me y. T plus o would give me y, 1y. It would actually give me 1y. So what are the values of t, o, and y are the important steps. So o, so here 0 carry is there. O and Z gives me 11. So O and Z together is 11. This one and this one together is 11. So possible combinations for O and Z are 9 and 2, but which is not possible because P has already taken up the value of 9. So this is not possible. 8 and 3, that is possible. 7 and 4, that's also possible. 5 and 6, that's also possible. 6 and 5, that's also possible. Goes on. Okay, let's take the first thing. Let's consider O is equal to 8 and Z is 3. So 8 plus 3 gives me 11. So this O should also be 8. So T cannot be 2. T cannot be 3. 2 cannot be 2. If T cannot be 2, I think that's dangerous. So what I'll do is I'll do ulta of this. This is 8. This is 3. This is 8. It cannot be 3. Let's put the next lowest value, 4. 4 plus 8 is 12. So this works. This works. Y is equal to 2 works. O is equal to 8 works. T is equal to 4 works. Now almost all the things are taken up. Almost all the digits are taken up. So only remaining digits are 5, 6, and 7. And that should be of this order: 5, 6, and 7. 5, 6, and 7. Now I have complete answer. Now I have complete answer. I'll write my complete answer as 9, 8, 5, 0. What's T? 4. 9, 8, 5, 0, 4. Z is 3, 1. R is 6. O is 8 again. So answer is 101. R is 6. G is 7. And this is 2. 10167. So Saida, you are almost close. Most of it you got it right. One or two here and there you got it wrong. One or two digits. Now I think everything is in unique. Everything should be unique. No two different digits has taken. No two different symbols has taken same digit as value. So this is my answer. So again, the complexity keeps on increasing. It won't keeps on decreasing. Please don't expect me to do like from only simple problems. This is, I won't say this is easy. I'm very sure this is complexity. Oh, but I hope you are coping up with the complexity. And I'm very happy that within short time, even the question was very complex, you were able to understand many things. But trust me, guys, Preetu Sayada, if you're listening properly, if you want to be experts with that, with this, you had to like work a lot. You had to work a lot. You had to solve at least 20 problems, and every problem initially will take you at least 15 minutes each. But once you are done with the 20 problems, the next set of problems you will do like quicksilver. And I'm sure in an Infosys paper there will be minimum 2 to 3 questions on cryptarithmetic. Minimum two to three questions. And go on Google what are the cryptarithmetic Infosys questions. Every year the questions will be exactly the same. No changes. No changes. From last 10 years I'm saying whatever I'm doing today, all of them are Infosys specific only. So you can just buy out these numbers also, and you can go for writing the paper. I'm sure you will be able to pass colorfully. Now do this at least quickly. Now do this at least quickly. Tom plus nag is equal to good. Solve this. I have one interesting student, only one student today. Thank you, Saida, for being here. Or else I would have like slept by now. By now, you should have given some answer, guys. See, directly you can say G is equal to 1 and M plus G, M plus 1 is T. So if M is any character less than 9, if any character less than 9, M plus 1 would be a single digit number with no carry, with zero carry. O plus A is equal to A, that's only possible if O is equal to 0. If O is equal to 0. If O is 0. If O is 0 plus A, whatever the value of A would give you A itself. Would give you A itself. Uh, so and T and N should be equal to 10. T and N should be equal to 10. So what are the possible values of T and N? T and N can be 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 4, 6, yeah, 3, 7, or 2, 8. These are the possibilities. Prithu, your answer is right. Saida, your answer is also right. For this particular question, there are a lot of solutions. There are a lot of solutions. Let's say if I take T and N as 8 and 2, 8, 2, 1, 0. This is 0. A can be anything else other than 8 and 2. I can take it as 3, put 3. M can be anything other than so far whatever we have chosen. If you take it as 7, 1 would give me 8. This is one possible solution. Uh, Preethu's answer 302, 741 gives me 3 again here, 4 again here, 10 again here. This is also one possible answer. For this question, there are multiple answers. In this case, if they ask you what is G plus O plus A plus T is equal to, just answer can't be determined. I just wanted to show this kind of question also exists, but very rarely they ask you. Even if they ask you, the answer will be very very simple. There are multiple possibilities. There are multiple possibilities without any glitches. Multiple solutions for this question. I hope you are able to understand whatever I did today, and you enjoyed the session, and you also got to learn. It was. I hope it was interesting. Please let me know how you felt about today's session. I'll be ending the session now. Please just tell me, did you learn something? Was it useful? Did I go very slow, very fast? Were you able to understand whatever you felt?